Good morning, folks. Hello, mate. How are you? Alright, alright. Okay, I hope you guys can hear me. Let's mark out our 9:30. Okay, so we are done with this. All good, brother. I'm also doing good. And hope the same for you. Alright, let's go to the daily, then let's do our top down. Alright, now as you guys know, we already swept this daily fair value gap, right? I just closed all of those. Okay. So here we are. We have news today at 10:55. Standard time. Okay, so the bias for the NASDAQ today would be bearish for me, since we have these, you see that equal lows. Let's see on the previous weekly low. You see that we have these lows over here. Let's lock this up. And let's see what this indicators has to show us. Okay, so we have this hourly breaker. Now I'm expecting price to sip this swing high on the 15-minute time frame. If it does that, we'll be looking for short entries. Okay, so this is our trade window. Okay, and our optimal target would be, see that, let's see if we have any kind of fair value gaps. It's already been filled. Okay, so the previous weekly low would be our drawn liquidity. Alright, so remember this, our previous weekly low would be our draw on liquidity, and this is what I have marked out. You see how we took an entry from this 0.705 retracement level, that's the sweetest part, and goes below, came back again till volume imbalance and goes short there as well, and close the whole bodies in this daily fair value gap. This is what daily fair value gap we have. Now we could be looking for buying opportunities in the gold. And let's see. Let's see the real exposure. Okay, so the low of this candle is 635.505, and the low of this candle 595. Alright, yes mate, optimal trade entry is most of the people don't use it, but it actually works pretty well. And to be honest with you, I found myself profitable like around 75% profitable trades when I took entries based on the optimal trade entry levels. 75% of my trades got win. Let's open the SPX and have a look at that as well. This would be our alright. This is our zone to trade with. And let's mark out the 9:30 and 12 o'clock. So this is our trade window. Okay, now you see we already got our entry from, like, we already got market structure shift, and we have this small little imbalance. So I'm expecting price to came till this. Now if you see this, we actually have to cut all the sales side, and this is acting as a, you know, like stop hunt. You see that it took out all the sales side already. Now what I'm expecting is that we could got some kind of Judas swing, and then we look for lower prices. Okay, this is what I'm expecting, but this is only gonna be happen, like, obviously all the retail traders will be looking for short entries. So I'm not gonna act as a retail trader. I hope you got what I'm trying to tell you, right? Because all the retail traders, what they'll be looking for, lower prices. But just for the sake of this, we'll mark out our swing high, which would be this. Now, as you see, we are just at the 9:30. Okay. Prices keep going higher and higher and higher. You see that? It's just in one week, folks. there would be so much volatility until the news arrives. See, we took out all the. This is what I'm expecting to go for higher prices, and then when as soon the news came up, we look for short entries. But after the news, let's see what this. It is gonna show us real shitty stuff. I'm expecting price to come till this fair value gap. Okay, you see how does it goes into this fair value into this breaker on 5 minute. Yes, bro. 6:45 news. You can I'm not giving any trade, but you can go for long since there is no pure price action. It's just manipulation. You see, you can see the entry by yourself, folks. And if you can take a risk, you can target. Is that this one? You can target this, folks. Yes. Now you see this 5 minute breaker give us a real nice entry. I don't think it's gonna close here. Since this is a complete buy model, this is the only reason I'm expecting price to reach till this fair value gap. As you can see, I'm only looking for probabilities, folks, right now. Let's see what this SPX is offering us. Now we still have this. I will look for entry in the macros, folks, so that at least we will have some kind of confirmation for the macro. If we do so, then we'll look for entry. Okay. Let's see what this gold is doing. Nothing interested till now in the price action. You see, this is a time when you have to control your emotions or whatever you can say, because in these times you will be like trying to make money, but optimally you will lose money. I have done this so many times, way so many times, folks. I don't see this as a strong inversion. Now I'm expecting something from price. You want to know what's that? I'm expecting something this. If it closes above this, what do we have here? Got it, 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 got it. Now I'm expecting the macro to come in and tips its hand to us. All of these down close candles, folks. Okay, now this is acting as our market structure shift on the 15-minute time frame. See that? Potentially, since we have no confirmation till now until the news came in, and I don't see any kind of breakers, so that's the reason. I'm still not willing to take any trade. The prices keep pushing higher and higher. No clean price action till now. Okay, gold is keep going lower and lower and lower. See, volume and balance are actually way too fascinating to go for entries. Okay, the uncle is gonna speak. So here we are. I think this is gonna be our real nice breaker. Yes, folks. If it does close below this, I will consider this as our breaker block. This is a still valid breaker for the 5-minute time frame. Yes, this is still a valid breaker. I usually don't trade US 30, bro, just because it goes against the NASDAQ and SPX. And when I can trade NASDAQ, I don't need to trade US 30 as well. Now I'm expecting something from price. Only if I'm correct. This is just a manipulation. I want this to close below this swing low. If you know, you know what I'm looking for. Let's consider this. We got our entry actually. Okay, okay, okay. Alright. I'm not gonna say. Right, you can see what I'm doing. You need to watch the price action. Someone told me in, I believe yesterday or day before yesterday's live stream, that put the position tool, so I did that. Now you need to understand what I'm looking for and what I did actually with the price action. This is clean price action, folks. If you don't understand this as well, you need to spend some time with ICT. Thank you, ma'am. This is just a price action which I'm looking in the price action. And you should know where to take partials. Alright, alright. It's actually going in our favor. You know where to take profits. You know where to take the profits, folks. Partials. 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 I appreciate it, ma'am. Thank you very much. Alright, alright. If you took the real nice entry, I gave this trade when the price action was at this point. Alright? And I put the position order, the position tool as well. Okay, alright, alright. You should know where to take the partials. Glad to see you, bro. No problem, man. You see, if you were in this stream from the very first time, you should know I mark out all these tools, the breaker, the fair value gap, the position tool, and the price action was at this point. You can see, ma'am, here it is. It's 1 minute time frame. You should know to take partials. You see, this is the only reason I mark out this thing, to take partials, where you to take partials. If you haven't took the partials, this is almost plus 2 hour, folks. 4 hour. Shh. So many haters out there. Now I want, if any one of you took this trade, I want you guys to share this profit screenshots in the Discord community. If you don't, you are nothing but just a selfish person. Here we go again. The downfall. No, bro, I don't. Just. It's actually clean, easy, and sweet. Well, simply you just need to understand the price action. You need to watch closely. This is the best part of the NASDAQ. It moves real quick and real fast. Now, see, you need to understand this thing that this is not a signal service, okay? I'm just doing analysis paralysis, and you need to watch the price action on your charts as well. And when you see what I'm marking out on my charts, obviously you're gonna see the same thing on your charts as well. and you can took the entries as well, right? This is how you can keep up with my entries and with my trades. Like I cannot do the speed of the Nasdaq. It moves real quick, real fast, right? So I actually can't keep it. And can you see this, the negative if you took the entry from this, can you see what is the negative impact? Just a bit of this, you see, I first initially I mark out this fair value gap, and after that I pushed my position tool till this breaker. You see that? And you see how clean it enters into this breaker and falls. Here you go. I'm just doing analysis paralysis, folks. It's gonna boom, boom. Yes, actually, you see how much drawdown, how much the heat you have on the trade. Just a bit of this wick, and all blues, total blues. My chart is actually purple, but you can see on MT5 that that would be blues. All right, still you can see the news hasn't came up. I want profit screenshot, folks, in the profit section. The news is far away. All right. And let's see, does SPX give us an entry? SPX is just hovering around. See? But this would have actually give us real nice and clean entry. I appreciate it, bro. And thanks for your appreciation. Now you see, this is our trade window. 9:30 till 12. This is our trade window. Whoa, 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 whoa. Boom, boom, boom. What do we call this? Done and dusted? Done and dusted, folks. Done and dusted. Done and dusted within the macros. Within the macros. How many of you took this trade? Would you let me know in the comment, please? I would highly appreciate it, folks, if you share this live stream on whatever social media platform you guys are using, just for the sake of community. I'm not obviously charging you nothing and not gonna charge those guys as well. Just to help your friends and family or whatever community you are in. And I already said this thing in my previous live stream. Why would I charge you guys for this when I learned this stuff for free? Thank you, ma'am. I appreciate it. Alright, I hope you were in my Discord community as well. If you were in, or if you are not, you can find the link in this description of this stream. I just share my analysis paralysis with my community. That's a small community, and I don't need, like, obviously this is, I'm not running any shop, so that you will see a lot of guys. Okay, let's see if we got any entry in the silver bullet window. Now, should I wait for the news so that we won't kill our winning streak? I think we should wait for the news as well, but since the news is way too far. Okay, now I look for the trade setups post 9:30, just the way we did right now, and let me mark that out. And from 12 till 1:30, this would be our lunch hour. So if you were in any trade, you need to close that trade before lunch hour, okay? And right after 1:30, I look for another setup as well. I believe we can get some real nice entry as well for the buyers, but I'm not gonna like break my winning streak for today. Well, bro, if you watch my previous live streams, you can watch that by yourself. I'm not gonna say any fancy stuff about me. You can do the research by yourself. Just watch out the previous streams, and there are guys out there in my community who knows the win rates and stuff like that. I believe those are like the fancy stuffs, so I really don't focus on him. I just focus on the real price action and my learning. That's what I do. Thank you, mate. Okay, I'll look for this setup in the silver bullet. Okay, we already got entry. And I usually only trade NASDAQ mostly, but sometimes I look at the gold as well. But because gold is keep making all-time highs, so that's the reason. All right. Mm, do we still have any liquidity below this? Yes, it's keep pushing lower and lower. Now gold have sometime gives real nice entry in the silver bullet window. Okay, and now if you have any questions regarding the trade idea behind this trade or regarding anything, you can ask me, folks. Okay, so I won't be looking for any more setup till now until I get any confirmation from price action. Here we go. You see, it's keep pushing lower and lower. If it goes below this, if this supported this order block, we'll look for buy entries. Yes, ma'am. I mostly trade Nasdaq, but sometimes I look at the gold as well if I got real clean or nice entry. Well, it depends what time zone you're in, like living in. As per ICT or as per charts, I go live on around 9:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can see this. Now I'm expecting price to came till this. You see that we have this small fair value gap, and if it retraces from this fair value gap, we can get an entry for the buys as well. But until this, since we have this order block as well on 15-minute, and we have fair value gap on 1 minute time frame, good job. Now we can get, okay. Gold has now since the gold has already took so much move today, it could go to a bit consolidation. Since it's keep pushing higher and higher. Okay. Now if it closes above this candle, not the wick but above the candle, this should be considered as our breaker block, and we can look for buys as well. Right. Let's look at the higher time frame. we actually have a whole lot of liquidity. Like obviously the gold is keep making higher highs or all-time highs. Okay, it did give us a real nice entry from this breaker block overlapping the fair value gap. Only those who took the trade who understood the price action. This would be our market structure shift. Okay, okay, okay. I just gave you the reference point for this before the price tapped into this fair value gap. Alright, you see? I told you already. But still no confirmation for the buys. Remember what I told you? Now we do have one more macro as well, but we will look for entries until that is started. So once we'll wait until the second macros will started, and we'll see if we got any entry. Okay. Bro, we will look for another setup, not confirmed, which would be buy or sell. And I apologize, I just went to light up my debit off cigar to get some, OG vibes. Here I'm again, back on the charts. Well, you can look for, this is acting as our breaker, but I won't take an entry until the macros is started. What time we are? Yes, it is acting as our breaker. But I believe you guys have made profit off of this trade, right? I told you gold will be in some kind of consolidation, and this is what it's doing, like choppy price action. Now, this is the only reason why I love to trade NASDAQ. Where I'm from, well, I'm an Asian guy. What do voice sounds like? Yes. Oh my gosh. Where are you from, bro, actually? I glad to hear that with my reference you heard the azan now, almost after 30 years. I glad to know that, bro. Where are you from, John? Okay. Glad to have you here. Now this is the, the best part. Oh my god, ma'am. Glad to have you here as well. Actually, the mosque is nearby my house, so that is why you are, you guys are hearing the azan pretty well. I'm glad to have you guys here. You see how the gold is. And what I have heard is that, like, most of the peoples who lives in US or Canada, they usually give azan from the place where they live. Or mostly people's, like one of my cousin lives in the New Jersey, and there's a mosque, a bit like a small mosque near his house. So he used to give azan at that mosque since there is no, you can say, what do we call them, like Mozzin. So that is why he used to do that thing for that mosque. Alright, let's actually keep pushing higher and higher from this breaker. You see, I gave you the reference points on the gold as well, but since the price action so choppy, that is why I didn't took a trade on it. And if we did took a trade, this would be our target. Yeah, obviously, like, because there are like communities for the Sikhs, for the Muslims. So obviously, when you are living in Muslim community, you will have the mosques, but not like this kind of loud azan. Like those azans will be within the communities, right? Hmm. Good to hear that. And I believe you, ma'am, like you came to my server from the FTM, all right? Okay, okay, okay. All right, gold is going towards this sell side imbalance, buy side inefficiency. Now why it's doing this kind of choppy move? Since we have this sell side imbalance and buy side inefficiency. So obviously when it took out this favorable gap, it goes lower. When it took this one, goes lower. When it took this one, going lower. This is the only reason why it has a choppy move. Now, if you took these kind of trades every day, you don't need to go with a whole lot of lot sizes, or you can say want to become a quick rich scheme or stuff like that. You can just simply make your living off of these kind of trades every day. But I would suggest you to look for these setups when there should be some kind of red folder news, just the way we have right now. Now, since so many of you guys are new to my channel, Matrix Traders, so let me give you these reference points. Since we already took this trade, okay, now actually we have, alright, you see we got a second entry from this breaker in the macros, just when the macros started. Alright. Now if it goes, the ICT himself is also live as well. But I was not watching him, I'm doing my own live stream. I believe this should be a valid breaker just because of this reference point. See that? We have this nice market structure shift here. I'm still sticking to this bias because this seems to me valid breaker on the behalf of this market structure shift. Yes, folks. This is still seems to me valid until we break above or below. We need some more confirmation. Let's see if we have any entry. Okay, okay. I would like to see some kind of sharp move. Doesn't matter. Either ways, higher or lower. It's like keep building orders. I'm not interested in short, folks, since we have this. Okay, it's still, now you see, sometimes what happened is that this is how market took out all these buy side liquidities and go for short. But since we have this outlook, like we have this trade idea. Let's see what this indicator has to show us. Alright, ICT just tweeted something inside the 15-minute fair value gap. Yes, yes, yes. ICT is right. What this NQ is doing within this 15-minute fair value gap. I think we are right on our bias. Now you see the indicator seems to me failed. Indicator seems to me failed. Indicator seems to me failed and real price action wins. Alright. Now those who are just sticking to the indicators. Okay, we still have so much of liquidity still. I think my charts are slowed down. Okay, now Pepperstone has the same charts. Okay, you see how we got a clean entry from this inversion? Alright, folks. Alright. I just proved the indicators wrong. No, I'm not in this trade, bro. But I do have my bias on this trade. Just the way I marked out all these things. This market structure shift, this breaker block entry, and you see it's just building orders, and price came just into this inversion. Now since it took out this buy side, let's wait and watch what this price will do with this. And I see so many of you haven't liked the trade or liked the live stream. Why is that so, folks? Why is that so? Why you haven't liked the live stream? Now those who were short as per the indicator, they obviously put their stops over here, and price just took all those out and goes below. This is what the price does. Oh, I'm sorry folks if you took out on this one. Why did you entered? You should not. Not right now. since it has already took the move, and also our macros has also been ended here. This is the price lag for this macro, and this is the price lag for this macro. Okay, now you see took out these lows. Oh, okay. All right. All right. I'm sorry for misunderstood. Thank you. All right. All right. Even though if you did got entered, you would be in profit right now. You can break even the trade. But I'm not saying to go in the trade right now since we already ended the macros as well. This has been ended. This one has been ended. So we'll look for this. You see, it's creating some kind of SMT. You know, let's compare it with the SPX. Oh, the indicators would have also been took out all these on the gold as well. I have only seen one guy's profit screenshot in the community. Why is that so? Why is that so? Okay, 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 okay. Which indicator are you asking me, bro? I only have this one to mark out my things. and I have the macros indicator, this one. I don't have any percent indicator. Now you see this is acting as a stop hunt, right? We'll be looking for the higher prices, and this is the same thing. No, this is not my person indicator, bro. This is the indicator 2 degree. He's a real nice guy. Yes, it's on trading view. This is this indicator, ICT algorithm macro trader, open source by 2 degree. And 2 degree has a lot of more indicators. He's actually a real OG of indicators. He coded these indicators by himself. Now when you have these kind of breakers or market structure shift, and when you have like this would be acting as a inversion, this fair value gap, you have to allow your trade to came until these points so that you can get another real nice entry. Now if when you have this kind of trade, you see you don't have any other fair value gap above this one. So if you are risking 1% on the trade, you can go with the whole 1% on this one, because you don't have any other reference point to get another second entry, right? But when you have this kind of like price action move, you have this indicator, you have this fair value gap or this inversion, so you have to split your risk. Like if you were taking 1% of this one, you will have to split it into 0 0.5 or 0 0.5. The first trade will be took on this one, and you will put the limit order for the 0.5% of the risk on this one. So even though if price came still this, you can got your second entry, and your 1% risk will be done. Because what happened most of the times, the price just took this out with a single wick within seconds and will goes up. And this is what happened with us. If you are in my Discord community, you will have one trade set up like 2 days ago or 3 days ago, I don't remember, but this is what happened with that. I mark out the optimal trade entry levels and will just sweep with one wick and goes into our favor. I didn't give this setup, but I just mark out this breaker and fair value gap. If you took the buy setup from this fair value gap, you would have actually 2 hour setup. Yeah, around like obviously more than 2 hour, but a perfect 2 hour trade. This would be. Now let me tell you this. The macro is not any kind of indicator. Macro is actually a specific time window, and the macro is that which delivers the price. Like obviously when you got your entry, so there has to something in the algorithm which delivers the price, and that's what the macros timing. Like you see this 9:50 till 10:10, this is the macros timing. This is the time zone, like time window between from 9:50 to till 10:10. Within this time window there's some kind of liquidity injection which makes the price to deliver, and if you are right on your bias, it will be delivered to your take profit or it will deliver to your stop loss. Like obviously if this is our window and I didn't took, and if I took a buy trade, obviously it's gonna hit my stop loss, right? So within the macros time frame, within the macros window, the macro is something which delivers the price. That's all it is. It has nothing to do something like break it mark out the breaker blocks or order blocks, nothing like that. It just mark out the time window for the macro. That's all it is. And this is also a real nice buy we got from this breaker. Okay, now we still have to wait till 10:55. That's way too long time. So I was telling you about these seasonal tendencies about the Nasdaq. This is the seasonal tendency chart for the Nasdaq, and we are at the end of September. Remember what I told you? You can have our confirmation from very this point, since we have this like we're at the end of the September, and you see we have the upside move, not the downside, and this is the reference point to go for upside move. I'm giving you a gem for free, folks. Let me tell you, I mark out this is like the tool. Let me turn it on. I haven't turned it on. Okay, you see? Now you can see this is the indicator. 10:50, 11:10, 9:50, 10:10. Got it? I marked this macro manually from this tool. Alright. Now you see I also gave you the reference point for this buy as well. We are still in the breaker, still respecting the fair value gap. You see how it's respecting this fair value gap and breaker. You're welcome, mate. you need to see how it's still respecting this breaker. So it simply shows that I have marked out a plus breaker, an A plus breaker. This is why it's keep Mars comes first time till this, goes above, came second time, goes above, and this would be our optimal target. Now why gold is doing this kind of move? Just because it has already took so much move already. So now it has to consolidate a bit. This is the only reason why it's just keep jumping from this fair value gap and breaker. This is the only reason. And you see how it's jumping, the price is jumping from this breaker. Now what happened is that people just stick to one trade. You can close the first trade, and when price came to this again, and when you got your confirmation, go for buy again. Boom. So what do you want me to do? Like wait until the news arrives? Do you guys want it to stick with me on the live stream? Alright, bro. Not going anywhere. Now you see what I told you about this and about this. This would be our second winning trade if we got entered from this breaker. You can rewatch this live stream from us like by speed playback option on the YouTube, so that you want to have, because this live streaming is gonna be live a bit longer since we have news a bit late, and I do have to stick on the live with this. Yes, bro, we can, but let me tell you this. I think I have marked out the lunch hour as well. Holy shit. Like from 12 till 1:30 we have the lunch hour. In the New York, so I won't be looking for any trade in this window. And right after 1:30 we potentially got another setup. And if you were any trade, now I'm not telling you this just for the sake of today's live stream, I'm telling you for every day. If we were in any trade and the time of 12 p.m. arrives, you need to close that trade or you need to break even that trade. And right after, when our lunch hour will be over, then we'll look for another setup, okay, as per ICT's teaching, because we have already got real nice win today. So I don't want you guys to lose what you earned. It's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. This whole week is tradable, folks. The whole week is tradable. Let's mark out this. If we took this entry from this breaker, our stop should be at this, and if we would target this, like, see, I told you 2.5 RR, so this would be plus 4 RR plus 2 RR. Let's see when we'll, where's the filter? Okay, you see, right after 1:30 we'll have the news. That's what I was telling you about. Alright. Now I believe this live is gonna be a bit longer. Well, you don't need to worry about that, folks. If I got any other setup, I'll share that setup in my Discord, so you can join my Discord community. You can find the link in the description of this live stream, or you can have the link in the bio as well. And make sure if you took the setup, don't forget to share the profit screenshot in the community so that the other traders will be motivated to watch the live stream and make money off of it. Okay, thank you, ma'am. Now you see we already took the +2 RR on this one as well, but just because for the sake of our winning streak, I didn't wanted you guys to lose this streak. But those who knows the price action a bit, they would have took the entry as well, because I mark out these things already: the order block, the fair value gap, the market structure shift, the breaker block. All of these contexts are just because of the trade setup, right? Alright, folks. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this live stream, made some money. If you don't, the market is not going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere. If Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allows me to, not a problem, ma'am. The trades, as per Tanja's saying, trades are like buses. One goes, second arrives. So don't need to rush, okay? Just keep up in the Discord community. I share my analysis over there. I just share what I see, and sometimes when I got like real nice entries, I also give you the limit orders as well, or signals as well, as per my knowledge. So you can turn on all the notification. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like button, and hit the bell icons so that you won't miss the notification for the live stream as well. Okay, so until then, talk to you next time. If I got any setup after 1:30, since we have news at 1:55, so I'll share that setup as well in the community. Okay, so don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel or the community as well. Okay, so talk to you next time. Until then, take care. Bye for now.